Xfinity, and ESEA.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to see the new G2 in action. We spent the last couple of weeks talking a little bit about how that French roster move was, well, a likelihood before the announcement, before we had anything locked in, and Yanko, your rant did bear fruit. We saw G2.
Excuse me, just 1 second. It's a new segment. Yanko?
Oh yeah,
don't put it on your head. Just nice. Just sit it on there. Don't put it on too. It's a small. It's a kid-sized.
Is it?
How small is Lauren's head?
Quite small.
You know,
that looks
that's
good.
Pretty lit.
That looks good.
That's
okay, so we've completed the trio.
Okay, you
cool.
proud of yourself?
I'm sorry for interrupting. Let's get back on it.
All right, so we're hanging out at the Xfinity analyst desk, and I was thinking, why the hell don't we talk about some Counter-Strike? First things first, Mixwell, known from his breakout performance over in Barcelona for the ESL Expo, transitioning through into North America, living alone in a mansion in a forest for a while.
That was a grim story.
Now he finds himself out of the Optic jersey and into the G2 one. This is like a cool player timeline we're talking about.
And in the honeymoon period, Alex, we got this team revitalized by one player who MBK's doing strats. He's making a document. We're all feeling it. They're just getting into this relationship. Everyone's going to try their hardest. Everyone's going to be walking around. They're going to be putting their best foot forward. They're at a boot camp right now.
That's crazy. G2 are at a boot camp.
Everyone's going to be smiling. It's going to be insane. These guys are going to win 16-1, 16-1.
Jokes aside, Yanko, I mean, there is a lot to be said about the team dynamic and what we learned from Shox' interview with Ocelot.
Yeah, one of the most interesting things for me, at least, was what he said about the team when they formed the original G2 lineup last year. Was that they didn't really think about roles exactly and like a plan. They were just hoping to go for that trademark French specialty, which is the honeymoon phase, and then just try to keep up with that level after that honeymoon phase bears fruit.
Jesus.
Isn't that...
doesn't even work in relationships.
You wonder, why did the team not have any consistency, any continuity, any real success? They had nothing, no plan, no strategy how to achieve that.
Can you imagine, Chad, sitting there, you know, in your conversation with your teammates and being like, right, so what I'm thinking, guys, is we get that honeymoon period.
We're all passionate.
Like we'll get some results initially. Didn't, of course.
Yep.
Get some results initially, and then we'll just like try and keep that up.
Yeah, we'll just keep our head high.
I'm sure that might have been lost in translation, or perhaps
No, it's like probably not literally, but I think it's just, you know, we were just hoping to get off to a strong start and then ride the momentum is basically what it is. Instead, they couldn't qualify for Katowice. That was their first, I think,
it's bonkers,
official games.
You see, the thing is, with this roster, when they had Shox, clear roles in my mind, right?
100%.
You had Kenny S, best AWP in the world, Shox, star player, Apex on the entry, MBK and Body doing the rest of the work, right? Utility players, bomb site anchors, whatever you need. They can all fill the roles that they need on CT and T sides. Would have been real good. I think it would have been a coach's dream, right? You could sit back and you could go, this is how we're going to structure the team, this is how it's going to go, this is how it's going to work. All right? You take the star player out now.
Put the coach in.
You put Mixwell in. Mixwell is another hybrid player. Where's the hard carry now in this team? Shox should have been the hard carry. The Kenny Shox romance should have carried this team to many titles if they had structure, and it didn't work.
Another interesting thing is the fact that, you know, Shox said that both Kenny and Body are, you know, passive personalities. They really just sit back and, you know, they're in the team and that's it. They don't really clash with other players, and that's not really what you want from your star player, is it? I mean, talking about Kenny, right? Yeah. And his prowess as an operator, you want him to be assertive. You want him to be a bit arrogant, right? That's what you require from him. That's what makes him a star player. That gives him the confidence to go for those moves. And then I agree with Chad. In that case, it's Shox who has to be the one leading the way in that roster, and Kenny just following behind, you know, no pressure on his shoulders, and he's just performing on his own. But unfortunately, that couldn't come to pass. You know, Shox was doing a lot of micromanaging and so forth, and the end result is him going to the bench and Mixwell stepping in.
And something that I found really interesting when I was kind of skimming through the discussion with Ocelot and Shox, which actually I have to applaud their transparency.
Fantastic,
Like more of that, please. More of that. I love this.
Bravo.
We can actually have a true conversation about what happened as opposed to just speculating like madmen. And what's interesting to me is that Shox proposed a roster. We know that roster that was proposed. We also know that, you know, Kenny said yes and Body said no. Like, I think that's very interesting. We've seen what happened to the likes of, you know, seized. We saw that what that happened with, you know, the seized debacle when he was kicked from Na'Vi and brought back in. I don't know if it's a similar thing as it was like a Shaw, and Shox is so honest about it. I feel like there is no bad blood, but it's a weird dynamic for me.
It's weird for me that the decision is, hey, instead of like actually being structured and trying things and making MBK the in-game leader and keeping Shox and then starting from the ground up again, let's go for a roster change. And then not only that, he wants to bring a player back who hasn't played professionally in over a year onto a roster which is already meant to be fighting for the top 5. Doesn't really make any sense in my mind that was the offer, and I think that Body is in the right place for saying no. Because bringing Smiths in, it's such a huge gamble. The guy can definitely frag, you know, he's played at the top level, but the question mark is, you already had all the pieces of the puzzle, you just didn't want to find the right solution, you just didn't want to put them in the right order.
I think it's obvious where the clash came, right, between Shox, MBK, and Apex.
Yeah.
That's where the disagreement came along, and sure, maybe you could restructure the roles, but it was probably a disagreement about how you should play the game, I think, more than anything else. And yeah, when you talk about how, you know, Kenny is a passive player, but he's still in the team, and now you get Mixwell, who is a bit of a flamboyant player. I think what G2 needs more than anything else, it's not Kenny has to play like the best player in the world. They need to play good as a team. They need to play a different brand of Counter-Strike, and I think that's the way, when you look at, for example, also Fnatic and their recent run of success. Yes, there have been some good individual performances. Krim's the most consistent one. Flasha with the incredible performance in Katowice, especially in that grand final, especially in the last map. But those are all things that came after they started playing better as a team. And I'm hoping that that can be the case with G2 now, where, you know, they're going to start playing better CS, and then you're going to have, you know, Kenny and maybe someone else also step it up.
That's a great comparison. I think that's perfect there. And there are two things we need to look for going forward, in the sense of, first of all, Shox and Smiths are going to go off and probably make a team with existence. That's exciting on itself, but has nothing to do with Pro League right now.
Separate it,
But G2 as a whole going forward, we're going to see right here, right now, because this boot camp has just started, MBK is going to say, this is the way I want to approach the game, and they're going to have to fit into that. Now, within a 2-day period, we're going to see if they've actually looked at, hey, we want to manage our economy, or hey, we're going to keep being the same G2 and we're going to force fight. We're going to be able to tell instantly what approach they want, because
it's been like a day that Mixwell's been on the team.
No, I mean, but in general, as in, if they're fully embracing the change.
But how are you going to change if you have no idea how to play that style, right? You still want to win at least this game, right? Maybe they're just going to be like, okay, we know what we want to do when we force buy, let's just do that. And Mixwell, we need you to do this in this particular round, rather than, okay, we are embracing this new. Maybe they just want to play in a different style, and they don't necessarily care about getting the win and making it to the playoffs of Pro League, which is something that I also like. It's about the big picture, but we'll see in maybe this particular game if they go for it. But as always, it's about looking for trends in the next couple of weeks.
No, absolutely, and I think something that kind of caught my eye regarding this whole G2 debacle, this shenanigan, is the fact that Mixwell is a very sexy secondary AWPer that we've never seen before in the G2 roster. Like, I mean, you had Shox
and MBK,
but that's not Mixwell. Mixwell he's been complaining that he hates the AWP and get me out of here, but he's nuts with it.
I think Mixwell is a better AWPer than Shox is, and Shox is probably a better rifler than Mixwell is. So that's like, it makes more sense why you wouldn't want Shox to AWP as much. But for Mixwell, it's great. It's also two very aggressive AWPers, very similar to Chris J and Oscar in mouse ports, right, in that sense. So I think it can also be a very, very potent tool for this new G2 lineup.
And just before we do throw over to our casters, I just want to know, Chad, did you catch the NBK tweet when he took a picture of all his files with his maps and everything?
My favorite one was speech.
I saw that.
I was like, come on, dude.
Speech.
Like, you don't include that one in the screenshot. We don't need to be seeing that, you know? Just,
I mean, the French are famous for their Counter-Strike hype speeches.
Maybe that's Shox's motivational speech, the famous one.
Oh God, that could be it, because that is
just stolen
infamous.
the
If
same
you haven't seen it,
just
please God,
Shox motivational speech.
So Shox motivational speech. Someone's translated it, and it is like, it makes me want to go to war for that man. It's worth checking out. But yeah, speeches.
That's how I feel about Henry.
Sorry?
That's how I feel about Henry.
Yeah, and talking of the devil.
But
to war against him. Speech?
Okay.
Before we start casting, I want to
from who? From who?
From him, from Alex.
From Alex.
Okay.
He's
Is
not
that
really
your pose?
experienced in the role.
Okay, here I go. I've got 15 seconds to give you a motivational speech. I only need 10. You are the very best at using that microphone to tell the story of Counter-Strike. You are the storytellers, and I want you to turn the page again and again and again. Henry, Lauren, I'll leave it with you.
Huzzah.
Well, I'm hyped
Are
up
you
now.
ready?
I'm ready
Are
to
you
go.
ready?
It's going to be G2 versus North. The first time seeing Mixwell in action. Who would have thought after 6 months of her and Optic, he finds himself in G2.
Yeah.
Bit of a weird one. Not sure what his French is like. Do you have any insight on that?
I have no idea.
never
Apparently,
noticed
he
French.
says he's been working on it. I don't know, but
Yeah.
you know,
I think it'll be
even
a
if
hybrid
you,
of French and English.
yeah, I feel like even if you know French, how much of it applies to Counter-Strike? You know what I mean? Like, it's a little curious.
Has to be very fast paced. Can't just be going like bonjour, je m'appelle Henri, j'habite
Henri.
London. Can't be doing that. It's not
Can
going to
we
work.
call
is
you
it?
Henri from now on?
Yeah, well, either way, Banana Rush coming in, heroic, up against G2 here. It's at the Mixwell. Can he get anything done? Gets one frag, but I think that's all he finds. And it will be a B rush, but Body's there in time as he comes from the coffin. It's the 3-on-3. Nico, though, strikes back. And they haven't committed just yet. They know MBK's at the T steps. Still anyone's round if MBK can find this frag, which he does. All bets are off, and it could be anyone's guess.
Certainly could be, and I guess pick your poison, and they go for MBK now. They do manage to take him down. Rubino flies in there. I think it was the player behind him who got it kind of distracted as he jumped through. But it's Snappy and Rubino working their way towards A. Quick rotations from Body, but he has no armor, but he's got the kit. So, I mean, at this point, that's not too shabby, but a player very early towards that mini pit side is Snappy, and he's very, very good at that. So, Body goes down, a very, I guess, brawl-like first beginning. It wasn't clean, it wasn't pretty, but it worked
Remember,
out.
This is heroic with a stand-in, G2 with a new signing. It's not going to be beautiful CS play tonight. It is going to be scrappy. It is going to be brawl-like. So anyone who's not aware, Shoxy, former in-game leader and star player of G2, has been officially removed. He's going on to his own project now, with Smiths, I believe. He did want to bring in Smiths and Existence to the lineup, and the other guys didn't like that. Now MBK is the in-game leader. He's been doing his homework. He's been showing it off on Twitter with his screenshots of all his tactics. We'll see whether it lives up to expectations. Who knows? I'm not really that excited by the prospect of it. Rubino seems to be, as he gets a couple of headshots, make it 3 kills now towards middle, and that should be the round. This is the force bite from the French team. They'll get 1 kill. That should be it, because Body and Mixwell with the scout can't really do much here. Presumably Mixwell's not going to be AWP. Let's just make that clear. It's going to be Kenny S, of course.
You'd kind of hope not, right?
I feel like Mixwell, it does make sense in many ways,
nice
because
double
the
AWP.
double AWP is going to be quite strong
Brilliant.
for them now. Before it was Kenny S and like Shox or MBK sometimes, so it does kind of make sense in that respect. It's just so weird picking up a Spanish player, and he was tweeting like months before this. He was saying, "Looking to improve my French, going to see what I can do, guys," and maybe it's all worked out for him. That one tweet could have
That was it.
really put his name up there.
I really should have paid more attention in GCSE level French.
Yeah, I got an F in GCSE French.
I think got the unclassified because I didn't turn
Yeah,
anything in.
that's
I
what
think it must have been
it's
like an F equivalent, right?
Yeah, so basically F is like fail, and I think that's pretty much what I got.
Yeah, we do stay in school, kids.
Well,
or
no,
you'll end up like us.
That's all we did. You can come be an
Henry.
awesome shoutcaster.
This is terrible advice.
No,
Some 14-year-olds like, all right, see you later,
I've
French.
said to everyone, do not give up everything to be a caster.
Yep.
Have it as a hobby to begin with, and then at that point, develop it into something else. If you're good at it, sure, go all
Run
in
with
there.
it,
I didn't go all in until 2015 after I'd done a major. So
You needed the big marker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Henry is
So,
go big or go home.
That's when I went in. That was a joke. Oh, nice tag there. That's no joke. Mixwell with the scout. Has one. I think it's the second as well. He will be doing damage towards the tag, and Rubino, he doesn't seem to be messing around whatsoever tonight. He's finding headshots all over the shop.
Yeah, he's having a lovely time to start this off. Going to feel confident after this. Yeah, it's ego bashing. You know, he gets shut down in the end, but
It all helps.
it's got to build that confidence up, take a bit of the money away, build a lot towards your favour. All looking very nice for them. Just down in Mixwell, and for him, he's got to be feeling pressure, right? He's got to be feeling a hell of a lot of kind of eyes towards him as to how he performs, because it's such a curious
The thing is,
situation.
well, he's not known to have that mental fortitude. Whenever I've played with him, if he starts losing or has a bad game, he's one of the players that puts the orb down and says, "Oh, you use it. I'm not really feeling it right now." He's a rifler in this team, so I can't really be too judgmental. But for me, whenever I've kind of been around him, the kind of energy he gives off is that he's not confident in his own ability, and he does rely on really big games to kind of get him going. If his team have a bit of a slump, he doesn't really do too well from them. He won't be winning this round, of course, and Nico will take him down. 3-0 for Heroic. Maybe no all for Kenny. We'll find out. He has got enough. He's got 5,200.
So where do you stand on this then? Would you have gone with the Smith's existence, or are
I
you
would
not
want to
sure?
get that young kid, Zwoo, whatever he's called.
Oh God, how do you
Whatever
say
it's
his
called.
name? Zwio?
Zweo. Whatever he's,
Something.
I want to get him. Let's bring
Yeah,
him
he's
in.
nuts, to be
Let's
fair.
bring that guy in. Let's really bring a young Enigma in and see what he can do. Keep
Be great
Shoxy
fun, wouldn't it?
leading, and then that would have been cool. Maybe the thing is, you have to replace a player then.
Yeah.
I think, I guess maybe it's time. I can't even say it's happened now. It's not even
No,
point.
exactly,
Not
but,
even
like, the
strategizing
theory
what I would do.
crafting is
But
quite
I
a
want to
fun
bring him
game.
in, and like that. I think bringing someone in that sort of caliber would be quite cool.
you've always been a big advocate of that. When you saw the Fnatic moves very early on, you spotted that out. But we can come back to this. That's the bait and switch.
Right.
Rubino delivers the shot towards body as he got baited into it, but still, G2 are holding on to this by a very fine thread. MBK is still alive. Just 2 HP is all he's got to work with. But Kenny S and Mixwell are on the scene, and they make it there in just the right amount of time. S-Tag does have 11 HP and a kill, but he's got 3 players to go through.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good for him. This was a bit of a Hail Mary strat from Heroic going up against the weakened buy of G2 after forcing on the second. On the CT side, you just try and run a very simple strategy, try to stick together, trade out frags. Exactly what Heroic tried to do. They got a great opening pick with Body missing everything. But Mixwell, he gets 2 frags. He lives up to expectations there, and looks like S-Tag might be saving here. That's what a USP picked up. No nades, 11 HP. Can't really upgrade much more than an AK. There's no orbs available to him. So, might just run another 40 seconds or just go down. It depends if he can be asked or not. I'm not sure. We'll
Can
see.
he be asked?
Can he be asked to wait?
Patience, it's tricky. It's a tough one.
Well, he's just seeing if any mistakes are made. He's happy to go down. If they're hunting for him, he's like, you know what? Take me. And kill me as well.
20 seconds. It's horrible when you're in these situations. You're like, everyone's watching me do this. I'm bored, I know. But it's got to be done.
All the guys are waiting for him. He's like eager for the next round.
Yeah, come on, mate. Can you just...
But he won't get any money, but he does save his AK and armor. So that's fine. 3, 2, 1. There we go. The cash,
Ta-da.
very healthy for Heroic. You can see 7k on 2 players. Rubino can buy himself. S-Tech could drop an AK if he wants to Rubino, which he will. Gives it to him. He still could have bought AK armor smoke, but he wants everything. He wants the flashbangs, the molotovs,
wants
the
it all,
smokes. Yeah.
And Rubino, what a start. 9-2 already. Really big impact. I'm hoping we see that continue throughout the game into the more kind of bought up purchases from G2. We see Kenny S now supplemented with the armor and that full utility. Going for a little bit of a play down middle. Has a little bit of a look. But it's the play on Banana that's going to be getting our attention. Molotovs are plenty. Body deals with the first, but Mixwell went down. And that could be a bit of an issue. There is still a man on towards B, which is Apex. Maybe he didn't expect a third player or... whatever it may be, they are slowed down, and that nade really going to hurt S-Tag there.
Juicy grenade coming in. Still a 4 versus 3. Apex doing whatever he can. He can't fall back allowed and have full control. He's just trying to bully them off the bomb site. Rubino will be waiting. The next kill going to be very indicative as to where this round goes. Still a 4-on-3. There is a rotation from Kenny S to back Apex up, try and get him out of dodge perhaps. We'll see what happens here. They are going to fall back somewhat. Kenny S knows he has to get some intel here. That's the problem they don't already have. They've left 1 player alone on the A site. Now maybe considering rotating one of them back, so maybe leave Apex there alone. Kenny S will go join his teammate MBK. It's all about just kind of plugging holes right now for G2, just trying to work out where the risks lie, what kind of intel they can gather. And Kenny S coming over there, sure didn't get a kill, but they have got information at least. So Apex will push all the way down, maybe catch someone in the back. Hello.
That's bomb.
It is sloppy from Heroic. It took way too long with part of the map exposed.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't leave someone like T-Stairs or something if they're going to take that long, but not to be. Kenny is so ready as well for this. After that early play, he looked at Banana, obviously, and then fell all the way back around. MBK, consistently in towards Pit, going to keep control of this too. The bomb is recovered by Nico. He's still in a position where he can make this a little bit tricky, but 22 seconds. The high flash might be a problem for MBK. That allows opportunity for the player to get out towards sight, but Kenny S is not flash. He's not blind. He's not all that threatened just yet. Flash comes through. MBK towards Modi, and now the 3v1. Nico not going to get it done. MBK to find 2. Does go down to the flames, but at the end of the day, round on the board, and they've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Great round there from G2. Well recovered, considering how it went down at the very start. But Heroic, like we said, a massive oversight in terms of not even looking towards the banana area, allowing Apex to help himself to kill a middle, funnel them towards A. That's what Kenny S is ready and waiting after gathering that information with the B push. And now, here we have it. A mishmash buy from Heroic. They have a CZ on Snappy. 4 players of AKs. You can see a very limited amount of utility. And an MP9 for MBK. I'm interested to see where his stance goes now. He's the in-game leader. Will he keep trying to cheese here with the Krieg and dualies and shotguns, or will he go back to a more standard game of CS? Apex certainly not. He's pushing down towards second middle, and he'll set MBK up, or Kenny S I should say, for an opening kill. Nico misses out on the trade, and even more so as he gets taken down after committing towards the kill.
God, everyone just wants a bit of Apex, but it's just Kenny S smiling on the other side of it. Gets played in so well off the back. Snappy only had the CZ to begin with anyway, but I mean, maybe he can find a little something, do a bit of damage, but by this point they have no step anywhere. They have a minute on the board, and they have very little to play with. Hopefully he can get this without too much being given away. Does manage to get away with it. So that's a nice little pick up for him, but 1 smoke and a nade left. Smoke towards CT Arch will allow the play to come up. That Molotov has to force him forward. He couldn't have really fallen back. And Snappy isolated now in a 1v5. Bomb is around the corner. And Money is not looking great for Heroic either.
Certainly not. 5-on-1. Snappy to try and pick up the piece. They've got that 3-0 as you can see. But this was a difficult buy and they haven't really found much at all. It will be 3-3. G2 clawing their way back in to tie things up. Snappy with just time to waste again here. Let's find one nice kill towards Mixwell, but that gives up his position. They've got the bomb, they don't really need to hunt him. Let him go down to no money, then he can push in towards his position. As he'll be holding up in the bedroom. Apex with 2 frags around, same story for Kenny. Mixwell pushing Banana, did get taken down. And now, yes, Snappy will just save whatever he can. He'll get no money for the next round. It looks like they'll be forcing either way. So might as well save the AK. Down towards T-steps he goes. And they'll be on the 3rd stage loss bonus now after losing 3 in a row. So there you have it, $2,400 per player. Reflected on your scoreboards right now. They'd probably have to force considering the 5th player there, Snappy, got no money from that round. Good bait and switch from Kenny and Apex there.
And the follow-up again.
Yeah, after missing out that kill towards
Yeah.
Quad, he's like, you know what, I'm going to get something out of this. Down he went. Oh, they didn't force. Okay, I thought they would.
Yeah, no, just a couple of upgrades, a couple of pistol upgrades, flash and smoke, kind of that hero rifle on Snappy, but obviously they had that from prior. I'm wondering what they can get done. These do feel like the rounds that Heroic are going to win. Like, I mean, at the moment, it does feel that CZs are just so powerful in the way they can get played.
Well, it just changes the playstyle completely. You just do something all in together as a 5-man unit. All it takes is one of those running gun kills that the CTs don't suspect, and then it can all fall apart like a house of cards. But still, they'll go towards Banana. All 5 of them take a grenade right to the face.
Oh.
Body takes down Rabina and S-Tag 2, 39 HP. It doesn't look like this round will be very successful for the Danes here. Spray down 1v1. And Mixwell comes up on every single time. 2 kills for him. Just Snappy now. Once again, raring to go. AK in hand. Remember, he got no money from the previous round. He'll try and save his AK, but it's very unlikely, as we can see MBK just locking him in from the top of middle.
Yeah, all dressed up and nowhere to go. I hate that feeling. I hate to see that. Mixwell, good play from him on getting 4 kills. The flash was excellent as well, which whoever set that up, it's very nice. 4 of the players were fully flashed, so it was Mixwell's own flash. Every single player who was currently alive at this point was completely blind. So Mixwell certainly made the most of that. Good flash just off by the tree. Nothing too spectacular about it. Just well timed, well positioned, well placed. And made the most of it. So now the buy time though for Heroic, which is the fun part, I guess, at least for this one. So we get to see the retort. Scoreline doesn't really depict what we've been seeing the last couple of rounds, but Heroic having to suffer through as they did get that initial run of things going well for themselves.
4 AK-47s on the CT side, very beneficial for them. Means they can take more advantageous angles, more audacious duels at the start of the round and have the one-tap potential. Not going to be thwarted by the M4A4. So that's cool for G2 overall. AWP for Kenny as well. I assume he'll be putting more effort in these days. Like, it feels like it's a bit of a kick up the arse at this point. He's like, yeah, Shox is gone now. Like, you could be next unless you put yourself up. Like, they're getting paid so much money in this team, one of the most prestigious orgs in esports right now, and they're just not getting results, and they should be. So I'm sure he's going to start performing, perhaps, and show us that he's still in the conversation for one of the world's best authors.
Yeah, you hope so at least, right? You really do want to see it, and Zwiu apparently is an AWPer as well, so you got to feel in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
If they're looking for young, hot talent, like you see, Fnatic did it, they got some great talent to come through and do really well for them for a long time. A couple of other teams, so that could be something maybe to see in the future. But for now, obviously, everyone wants to see Kenny do well. But right now, he's gone down already to Nico, and that's a follow-up that you dream of. Finding Apex, only losing out on less than half HP as well. MBK.
What's Smoddy up to though?
I don't know.
Solo commitment towards the apartments there. They probably should still win the round, but if it does fall apart, he'll be the one to blame, but it looks like it's recovered. A good trade coming in, 4-on-2, and now Mixwell with his work cut out for him. He'll be towards the library. Trying to deny the bomb, but it has been planted. I'm sure you've all noticed we're using the lovely new HUD. This is the same one from Katowice now. It's all changed here. Very subtle change, but it has happened. Before we were just using default, so it's nice to see that. It gives you a bit more detail. As you can see now, it tells you the utility they've got left, well, secondary weapon they've got, HP, the money at all times. It's really quite
nice. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Although, it does... Do you remember the early CSGO HUD? Like, the very first one that came out? Kind of looked very similar to these.
It did, actually, yeah.
So it's just like, we just got
I've
to
never
throw
understood
back.
where we went to blue and yellow. Like, blue and red was so iconic in CS.
Yeah.
It was very clear who the terrorist was, who the CTs. Made things very obvious. Yellow, it's not a very evil colour, is it?
No, and you need it to feel evil.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
You want to be like, I'm taking on the baddies here.
Yeah, so I don't know why. It was always blue and red, but they changed it.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm curious as to why. Maybe there is method to the madness. I just don't simply know. But that's so nice from Nico coming back in, catching it. Not a shot you normally get away with, if I'm honest. But to 4-4 we go. It's
There's a double orb setup we're talking about.
and oh, now this is fun, isn't it? Let's see what Mixwell gets up to here, how he fits into the mold. Now, obviously, I don't know how much time G2 have had with him, how much practice he got in. You know,
Well, they're at a boot camp right now, as far as
Right.
I'm aware. I've seen photos of them on Instagram and stuff of them hanging out with the guys, kind of in the green room, chatting.
sorry, who are you looking on Instagram?
Mixwell.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So I've just seen them hanging out. So I assume that they've been boot camping hard. They've got the dossier of information from MBK.
Just, you know, speech written down.
He's got a folder called speech. Do you think that's actually his pre-game speech he's going to do for them? He's wrote it down.
I'd love that.
Does it need its own folder? That can just be part of miscellaneous, surely. Like, put that in the mix.
Just hide it there, yeah.
Don't have to matter its own, like, how many files are in the speech?
Yeah, but how many, like, you've got to have, like, the severity levels as well, you know what I mean? Like, you want to, like, your green level
Lower
speech.
bracket, final.
Yeah, see, you
Half-time.
need it all. You need it all there.
Yeah.
You need to know what to go to. You can't just have that one. You can't be doing the gladiator every time. You've got to be able to build up. You've got to
Gotta
start
write
with, like, an
multiple
Alex.
speeches, get the
and then,
folder, have subfolders within the folder.
oh, God, yeah. No, you're right. You know, maybe against specific teams, work it. Plenty to be thought of.
Yeah,
MBK get to work.
It's all good points.
We worked it out. But yeah, Heroic still trying to find a way to get into this. Not really much given up from here, and they haven't, I guess, not been able to fully see where this double AWP is in practice for now. But a bit of a lean to B from G2. 3 players still here, and MBK holding control of A. That's brilliant from him. Takes Modi down, and now everyone's focused in on B. These 3 players need to be ready for this. Flash is ready from Apex. Meant to be setting up Mixwell, but the angle was just wrong.
It's just bad and wrong. And it will be Apex doing a great job with the AK-47. That's not bad. It's fantastic as he looks for his 3rd kill. Can't get it. Quick shot from Snappy, living up to his name. As it will be 10 seconds remaining. The bomb will be planted, but they're going to be rushing in. They know he's got the orb, but his shot he does land will be traded out. So it was guaranteed at that point. Yes, so the flashbang there you can see he was lined up behind the coffin. He's doing the old left and right click flash so he could throw it like a medium distance. Get it up in the air, but the timing was a bit off and set his teammate up for disaster there. Mixwell goes down, but they do recover the round, so it's absolutely fine.
Do you remember how long it took people to work out there was 3 different ways to throw flashes, smokes, and
Yeah, it
such?
wasn't in the original release though, was it? It was done
No.
like in 2014, I think they brought that
Yeah.
in. So
I
it's like a
just-
nice little change.
I
but,
remember, I think it was Jack Frags did the huge video on it, or was his name
yeah, I think
Callisto?
it was, yeah. It was Jack
Source?
Price, yeah. Yeah, it was, sorry, his name in Source was Callisto. That's right.
So when he came out there, I remember like everyone tweeting like, how did I not know this? Like, how did no one try it out? Like, it's always
Well, I
quite
don't
fun.
think it's like, it's not really used still. I think there's probably loads of different flashbangs that haven't been created.
That
from
maybe
that
they could
particular-
find new ways to do, yeah.
Yeah, there's pop flashes especially, like from positions you didn't realize were possible. But his S-tag, there's the smoke, obviously going to try and jump up to the first orange there. So it blocks vision from CT1 as he does it. Gets the 1 kill. So to be fair, Mixwell didn't really stand a chance.
Yeah, it's kind of unlucky to a degree, right?
Yeah, so the flashbang wasn't really helping either way. But Apex does spray them down and get the job done. Tactical timeout, I assume, for Heroic. I'm not going to find out. It looks like we're fine. We're into
Are
the
you
next
okay
round.
with that mouse there, Henry?
Sorry, I put it down. I need...
Are you a fiddler?
I'm a fidgeter, yeah.
Gotcha. All right, this round. It's a back and forth game. You're right, it is going to be like sloppy CS in a non-mean way. I mean, both teams are in a position where it's certainly not stability. But I like this from Apex. He pushed up earlier again, kind of being aggressive, but Kenny's there with him. So Apex goes down middle. Kenny S now gets the freedom to look to... Whoa, no. If you're Apex, I feel guilty, I feel bad, but I'm going to make up for it and then some.
Wow.
3 Henry.
What?
Wow.
That was good. What are you talking about? That was sincere. It's like Owen Wilson sort of, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I was enjoying it.
It's just...
You just ruined your own Reddit clip this time.
I know, I'll never make it. Dear Lord, one day. 2 players left for Heroic. It's really good.
Right, you take a timeout. I'm going to take over. Body with the double spray down to finish things off. It's 6-4. 2 players survive. The double orb setup will be taken into round number 11 here. And here we go, Apex. This is the play we're looking for. Lauren Share is study. Comes in, finds one in towards the underpass, looking for the triple spray down. He'll get it. Rubino
Wow.
can't believe it. Wow.
You baited Kenny S. You better make up for it at
Yeah.
that point. Like,
That's not bad, is it? Like, the fact he gets all 3 from
Yeah,
the
it's really
aggressive
nice.
play, and it all works out on the end. So Kenny can't be too mad. He gets
No.
his AWP back, and we'll be up against a full eco now. And Snappy takes a nade to the face at the very start. I assume he's on the T steps. He is. There he is. Takes it like a champ. Apex isn't done, though. Wants to drive this message home that he's angry. But Nico will be taking a frag in return. He did some damage, but they'll pick up the MP9, but that's not really too exciting for them. Maybe they'll swap over. There you go. So Nico gets given the Glock, hands over to CZ, and he'll keep the MP9.
6-4. This round looking like G2 should push it forward. Obviously losing out on Apex at the start, not exactly ideal. And KennyS could get a little overwhelmed here. The man is incredibly talented, obviously, but doesn't actually get the shot through at all. Now he's under pressure. Now he needs to back away again. He does readjust, but stays a little too long. Outstays is welcome, but this could be... What is going on? Rubino's want to hit the shot with the ult. Mixwell, you better be ready, prepared, and that is what you want to see. The wallbang just seems to work in his favor over Rubino's. But Snappy might be somewhere unexpected for a little while. I'm wondering when Mixwell considers this to be an option. The smoke's up, but does he actually play to it?
Well, Snappy definitely can win this round. 70 HP. Remember, he took that nade at the start. Spots the barrel of Mixwell there. Uses that to his advantage, but MBK will be managing to take him down there. So, all spotted, but they are together using the buddy system perfectly. Just no Molly, 1 for 9. He's having a bit of a horrific evening. He was against NIP earlier and didn't really post amazing numbers either. So, there we go, 1 for 9.
One of those nights.
Yeah. But double off setup still for G2 after going down 3-0. It's looking pretty good so far. Mixwell keeping up with the pace. As we'll send 3 players towards Banana. MBK throwing the smoke towards the half-wall position. There it is. Lands on the fire.
Okay, I don't know what they can do with that. You can see Mixwell looking for options, but you want to be careful, obviously. Don't want to overexpose yourself or... That's a nice little angle if you fancied it. You can see him trying to look for the high flash, but actually he goes for the smoke instead and cheeky little wallbang. Nothing too much, but the teams are kind of building up through this, so they're certainly aware of what's going on here. Ooh, Mixwell, so close. Flash comes in. Mixwell is completely blind, needs to back away slightly. The T's don't fully capitalize. Obviously, they don't just go running around the corner, but they got pretty close to that. And Mixwell has backed up. He has support their body not far away, but the bomb's not fully committed either. As much as Heroic are at Banana, the bomb's just making its way there in the hands of Nico. I've never seen those gloves before. They look like some Korean FPS shooter
You've
gloves.
always been a bit of a fashionista.
I think that's more you than me, Hank. But Mixwell there to find S-Tag, and that might give away the game a little now.
Well, here we go. 5 on 4. It definitely has. And now they're a little bit stifled. They will be smoking towards CT spawn, but Mixwell's still in front. Looking at 1 kill and fade away. Doesn't do it. Rubino actually beats him with the punch. He's looking sharp tonight. Has body left in a really awkward position. That's not going to do much for him. He did get Molotov landing at his feet. So fair play. 4 versus 3 though. Heroic did some good ground as well.
Yeah, no, considering they weren't subtle about this. G2 seem unable to handle it. Good approach coming in. You can see clean up duty for Nico. They're going to just spin it all out, make sure everyone has what they want, keep it away from the others. But Apex, MBK, and KennyS still have the AWP up. No secondary AWP to be recovered, however. Been a nice touch, but not to be the case. Heroic will be able to get 1 back on the board here. So 7-5 will be the scoreline for surviving if they all make it away from the bomb just fine, which they should be able to. And for Heroic, they need a nice clean round, kind of stabilize things. It was getting a little bit tricky, but Rubino, what a matchup he's having.
Yeah, I really feel like Mixwell should have hit that shot. It seemed like he was ready and waiting for it, but Rubino, of all the players on the Heroic team, peek out, take him down. 1 bullet is what it took. He has looked quite good tonight. It's not to be rude, he's not considered the star player of this team. He's more of like a safe pair of hands, like a support player, experienced, and we'll see just how that shot looked. Mixwell should be hitting that, if I'm honest, but still, great shot from Rubino. Gets a double frag, the incendiary deployed, as you can see. Gets him out of position. Run number 13, the first half coming to an abrupt halt soon. Who will take the lead? It looks like G2 will be fighting in this round at least. They get 4 M4A4s, 1 AWP. That last buy, I'd imagine, considering the utility on Mixwell. 1:40 and no frag exchange or damage really just yet. KennyS holding towards quad this time. He does like to mix things up and goes towards Palmer's quad. Banana, Arch, like he'll be in a different position every round, sometimes challenging towards second middle.
But now we wait. Heroic not making any massive moves. They have got that early Banana control. KennyS still in the other side of the map. Obviously no secondary AWP in the hands of Mixwell this time. He's posted up. I don't think he was on the boost. He was just kind of down by the tree. His flash last time was pretty good, but surely that doesn't really work out again. He is waiting for it, though. You can see flash in hand. So body might get played off the back of it. Seems somewhat of a similar hit to what we saw last round. The same sort of positions coming out from those horrible gloves that I can't take my eyes off. And body Didn't actually get the flash off either, so it's a bit awkward here. Body somehow got away with this. There's 3 players here, 4. The flash goes up, 4 players caught again for Heroic, but they're on the site and they're well aware. Rubino the first man in, and what a man to have to go in first. He is playing out of his mind right now. Does get tagged up, but the bomb's going to be planted, and they are large and in charge. This site is theirs.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing can be done about this, and the bomb looking very comfortable in a 5 versus 4. CTs have got kits, but no positional control. They're smoked out right now. The Molotov's coming in. Rubino hungry for more frags here. It looks like the CTs might have given in already. Apex will get 1, but his teammates have already hung him out to dry, as the bomb will be just over the halfway point now. It's up to Kenny to try and take down any exiting players here. That'll at least be beneficial. He is making a bit of a risk, though, considering he can be taken down in return. Misses the shot, and there it is. And it looks like it's going to be the team taking on everyone, Lauren. That's insane. So they had the option to leave. They chose to do that, and then stayed for the exit frags, and then everyone died.
If you're MBK, you're not feeling that everyone is on the same page here.
Yeah, like
I don't know what the call was,
like, the
but...
fact these guys are fine for money, right? Like, you getting 1 or 2 kills really wasn't going to swing the game in round number 14, right? You losing everything, that does, because now you've got a full eco. It's a bit awkward, actually, that you lost everyone there.
Yeah, that's not good at all. This obviously brings the game pretty back all even at this point. Rubino,
though,
what? This is not the round that it happens. Nico's in that horrible situation. Thank you, S-Attack. We're just spraying, hoping they walk into it again. But for now, 3v3. A lot of guns have been lost here, so they need to go on clean-up duty, get those away, ensure that no one else can get towards them, and work out a plan here, because you can't just lose out on these situations. These are the rounds you want in the bag. They're the ones that can get you right back at the door, and G2 can't really do much about it in theory.
Round 14. G2 at least making this round competitive. 3-on-3. Sounds quite tantalizing, but G2 only have default pistols, really. A USP, a P250, and 1 Deagle. Well, that's pretty much all they have to the name, and Apex making a bit of a gamble to make his way back towards the A side. He'll be smoked out now, and he'll have to just hope he gets a shot through the smoke. That's pretty much as good. Oh, they double smoke CD spawn. That's a new one. Communication not really there for this team, but early days. Remember, Heroic are standing in for Yugi right now. There's S-Tag there for him, but he's actually been playing better, I think, since he had the pressure kind of relieved and not having everyone looking at him. Now he knows he's a sub. He actually does look a lot stronger. So,
yeah,
bit of psychology there for you, perhaps. They're not going to check CD spawn. Luckily, MBK can't hit the shot. So, 7-7, round number 15 coming in. Got a bit dicey at the start, but well recovered. Money not amazing for G2 here, but enough for a full buy.
Yeah, so far they seem to be hitting this B site pretty darn well. They're exploiting the kind of new combination of Mixwell and Body over there a fair amount. They're obviously going to have to be working on a hell of a lot of things.
That doesn't feel like you're really spreading the skill around so much there, like Mixwell and Body together. Like, Body is a good anchor player, but he's dropped off in the last 6 months or so. He hasn't been as consistent, as strong as he once was. Feels like you maybe want another name up there with them, but either way, it's definitely being bullied at this point.
And again. Body and Mixwell. Let's see if they get bullied this time around. Bomb's still at spawn, so I mean, no fast hit off the back of that. Nico just spamming out towards the apartment. They've not exactly looked towards A on a regular basis. It's been quite a absent of players' sight, at least for now. Maybe they'll change it up. Molly's had very little success through the apartments. Normally very good at this lurking role. You look at him in Palace when it comes to Mirage, for example. Very, very good at it. But just having one of those days where it doesn't seem to be working. But they've drawn the attention towards B. 3 players now there for G2, and they are building the hit towards A finally. So Kenny S and MBK, the classics, I guess, at this point, they're going to be called upon to do some very, very important work. And MBK already readies himself for the first. He gets it. The second looks likely, and it is. Nico can't get anything done. He falls away. This is MBK. Just perfection to his play, and that's 4 kills for him. One of the players that can be very diligent, who never got much of an opportunity to do so in other rosters, so glad to see this being maybe a moment he can really step up.
Well, there we go, MBK to close it out, and we'll be 8-7 in favour of G2 there. A closely contested game. Remember, Heroic did win the pistol, got the 3-0, but G2 looked reasonable mid-stages, but then started to drop off towards the end, where they have won the half, and they will be swapping halves now. It'll be Heroic now on the CT side. I'm not sure who's going to win this one. No one's really particularly stood out.
It's a ball. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like whoever just has that hot half or has like a good couple of rounds, it can just change everything. I feel for you trying to do your job in CS like this. It's very hard, I guess, to find much real depth in. Yeah,
well, that's the thing, because no one's really presenting great strategies. A few executions. It wasn't perfect. There was holes in it. MBK just standing on the other side of the smoke. Flashed at all on the balcony. he just gets a 3-man spray down, which wasn't 200. I'm sure he got 4 kills from it. The last 2 were great, but first 2 kills, run out 1 by 1 through smoke, and let's hope for the best. Rubino, 15 kills. That is good news. Morty, 2 and 10. Kenny finished on 6 kills, so not really looking at his absolute best right
Who's
now.
done that?
Shocks is coming.
Who's done that?
He's like, get off the server.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Don't you
baby.
worry about it. Yeah. Well, it looks like we are back underway here. And onto the T side we go. G2 having to ready themselves. Smoke into MBK's hand if he wants to get this one going. S-Tag on the other side. And let's hope this B side of things goes better than before. But actually, the 4-man stack towards A has paid off quite nicely for now. Rubino finds MBK, bit of a trade, but this is so scrappy, Henry. I don't know what to think of it.
Well, here we go. They have got the advantage, at least for now, G2. If they can Snappy down to 3 HP. Nico, though, fighting back and doing a great job so far, but it is this back and forth. No one with a clear lead so far. Snappy, the last line of defense. If he can get 1 kill here, that'd be great, considering such low HP. Can't do it, and this should be a G2 round now. Bomb will be planted. It's up to S-Tag to come through with no kits to try and take down Mixwell and Kenny S in the 2 versus 1. He'll be coming in from the library. If he can find a quick kill like that, that will be very beneficial. Now up against 1, gives his position up. That's going to be Mixwell now, and oh my goodness, they didn't even play that together. They actually make that look quite easy. So S-Tag, like we said, doing a great work and gets 2 kills to his name. They didn't really set up in a way that they could even challenge him together. There was no crossfire. It was just 2 1v1 duels.
Bit awkward. You know, this is building blocks for G2. This is still going to be, even with 1 player changing in, you're losing in-game leaders, you're switching a lot of roles, I can imagine. It's going to be a bit of a process.
Both
but
pistols to Heroic now. There was a stat posted earlier. They've won like 20 out of 30 in Pro League so far in terms of pistols.
I've always wanted someone to do the stat of, since Dennis joined NIP, how many more pistols have they won percentage-wise? I'd always love to see that. If it actually makes a difference, everyone obviously goes on about it, but the nuke down mid gets set into play by Heroic. Doesn't actually catch anyone. G2 very aware that's a possibility, taking their time, but by this point, this round should be pretty much wrapped up in a couple of moments' time. They've taken their time to go up middle. They've lost out on banana control. Obviously, you're not going to get much fight back in. You're just hoping for whatever you can get here.
We'll see what they can do. Bomb was planted in the pistol, of course. AK is coming out next, but PD50's Glocks for now. Yes, you're not really expecting much. They're going to plant down. That'd be absolutely everything for G2 here. Pro League might not be possible in terms of the playoffs for G2 at this point. They've lost a lot. There are 7 teams to go through now. If they win out of this one, we're at the halfway stage now. They should be okay. But bringing a new player in, not already being ready for this level of competition, I'm not sure. But I wouldn't be thinking about them making it into the playoffs. But we'll find out. As time goes on, it's going to be Nico and Snappy. Great work there with the UMP. Thomas as well.
Yeah, and Modi to clear up. And Modi could do with a little bit of a buffer to it. He's having a bit of a struggle this game, so not bad to get himself started here. Build up a bit of cash. And 9-8. We'll be seeing what we can get coming to this round. It looks like G2 are obviously mounting up for the attack. They do have decent utility. Not ideal, but it's enough. Galil obviously there in the hands of Body. But on the other side of things, UMP, Rubino as well with the SMG. Not ideal. Snappy has UMP for himself. So aggression seems to be the name of the game as they do start to work their way down Banana, but if anything, it's encouraging G2 to create this hit. But Rubino, what a bit of a switch up there from him. Finds Body, gets away. Bit of a hit and run, but a quick response again. Now into loving arms of Snappy. Can he make it count? He can. One man goes down, a second to follow.
Wow.
Where is the coordination? Where's the cohesion? Where's just the basic back and forth play?
Yeah, didn't come around. He actually gave him a chance to reset and work out, okay, I can get 2 here. And it's MP9s and UMPs to shut them down. 10-8, another eco, no bomb planted. Only 1 kill found. On the G2 side, it's looking quite sloppy. Kenny S, 7-11, the absolute star player of G2, having a rough time here in Inferno. He didn't really make the AWP sing on the CT side. He's got little chance to really improve on that on the terrorist side. Yeah. As we'll get into not even a partial buy here. Some upgraded pistols, no armor, no nades. 10-8, looking like it'd be 11 for Heroic. Could be an okay evening for them, all things considered. Took a map off NIP. If they can take 1 off G2 as well, that'd be great. To
be honest to Heroic, this seems to be quite consistent. Like, their inconsistency seems consistent. That sounds ridiculous, but let's, you know, putting it into perspective, they've been able to pick up a lot of, like, one mappers. Like, it doesn't feel like...
2-0 from North last week, and they stole a map from Astralis. Stole a map from NIP tonight, and they might steal one from G2.
they're a real like cheeky team because no one's going to expect to have to come in, 100% switched on against us in the nicest way, right? You don't think, oh, these are the boys that
they're all
big contenders, right? They're missing out on the star player who used to be able to make all that difference. So they've come into this and they've been really, I can imagine, kind of chipping away at some of the bigger leads, which later into the season, towards the end, you could see some crazy things off the back of the difference of one map. So that aside, into this round, obviously, horrific buy for G2. You've got a couple of upgraded pistols. None to find target until then. Body to find Snappy, but it just feels very scrappy from start to finish here.
Well, the CZs and no HP G2 players will be making their way towards Arch. But Estag waiting in that very position. He'll be looking to get one kill, fade away. That's all he has to do. They've got no nades to really get across. I'll just try and jump across or one dig them, I guess. That works as well. An opening now for G2. 3 versus 3. One player waiting at the B side. That's going to be Nico. Pushes towards the banana area itself to try and at least lock in any ensuing players on that side of the map so he can't be pincered. Spots one. He knows he's got time to get this kill. To make it happen, it's sloppy, and then MBK takes him down. He had no armor, just a P250, and he didn't really land any bullets there at all. Nice work from MBK in terms of the footwork to bait out those shots, but this should not have been a G2 round, and now it's a 2 versus 3.
Absolutely not. Rubino and Modi gonna have to try and pick up the pieces of what this round should have been. Modi being very cautious on approach, and I don't blame him. You can see them try and play off each other. Modi trying to be baited in here, see if he'll fall for it. Not the high flash on hand. Flash goes in, actually catches one, but they're both there. They're both in ruin. So while this happens, you can see that Rubino has got very close by. Modi is on bodyguard duty, and he just completely backs away from it. Kenny S finds Modi, and
Oh, 1
G2
second.
get the round on the board, but what an absolutely shambolic game we get to watch here.
Yeah, this is a little bit disastrous for both teams. Nico had to get at least that one kill. Didn't even land any bullets towards MBK. Even if he just touched him, the aim punch would have been enough to guarantee the frag, right? Just one bullet would have done it, but couldn't find it. He obviously was panicking. New players coming from CT spawn. MBK takes him down, and there we go. G2 steal it away. They'll have money and then some after winning the eco. You can see Kenny has some $4,600. Not opting for the orb, just a note. So maybe a sign of where he's at right now, and a sign of where Snappy's at is on the obituary right now. It's going to be Snappy taking down the HE grenades at the very start of the round. 5 versus 4. That's what you'd like to see on the T side of Inferno. See if Mixwell can take advantage of the opening kill. He'll be making his way towards B right now. It's just S-Tag there with the orb.
S-Tag waiting for the players to come up. We have 3 currently trying to run the gauntlet. The flash is so good. Completely unable to even have a glimpse towards what's coming his way. I guess it's a kindness at that point. Smoke goes up towards CT, bombs across, and G2 are in. They get in completely scot-free. They had nothing to worry about. Body's got second mid, MBK's got middle. Those 3 hit the site perfectly and make it count. And Modi, Rubino, and Nico are just left to watch as this round goes the other team's way. Yes,
absolutely. Well, there we have it. Snappy taken down with the nades at the start. Estec tries to pick up his AWP and do what he can with it. Completely flashed, and it's a very clean round from G2 to get double digits and tie things up here. There's a 2-game series you can see at the top of your screen. It means we have got 2 best of 1s between these 2 particular teams. Our final matchup of the evening. This is the first of 2. Still nothing separating these 2 teams, and it looks like G2 are guaranteed the round at this point. It will be the CT saving towards the A bomb side. 3 M4s, some kits, a little bit of utility as well, a couple of incendiaries, smoke, HE, so definitely worthwhile. Apex can probably justify sacrificing himself just to get 1 kill, if that's possible. That's a gander, but can't find anything with it. 10-10, G2 from the full eco, right back in this, and here's the replay of what Mixwell did with the HE grenade, I'd imagine, at the very start. Throws it at the barrels. Both of them land behind, and pretty much max damage on both of them.
Bye, Snappy.
Yep.
Okay, well, Kenny S this time does have the AWP at least. So that's something. Maybe he's starting to feel it. Maybe it's just makes sense money-wise.
Yep.
See what he gets up to this round. Mixwell, Molotov towards, I can imagine, Banana, and the exchange goes down. So both teams kind of putting their stamp of authority towards Banana, but beyond that, a relatively normal beginning.
Good grenade usage at the start there from Leroy. You can see Mixwell taking a massive amount of damage. He'll fall back. Still fine. Stag and Nico with the UMP on the B side this time. Trying to use utility at the very start to push the terrorists back. It did work at the very start, but now you look at them. They have got a smoke each. That's about it. That's okay, I guess. We'll see if they can make it work. Have to try and deploy them towards around the 40-second mark, and then hopefully the 20-second mark. That'd be ideal. If they can just hold on to them without deploying anything, but they can hear footsteps on the other side now. Look in the bottom left if Nico or Estag use one. They haven't just yet. There's the first. Nico deploys his. Just to buy them a bit more time. Allow them to have 3 players at A.
There we go. Deep smoke towards CT Arch going to allow Kenny S to have a little bit of a safer look towards quad, see if anyone's close by, but that's not the case here. Heroic are really not giving up any information. They're going to make G2 work for this. And they're already going to have to back right back down there. They're keeping Heroic on their toes, though. They're not sure where the hell this hit's coming in. Back and forth, down to 27 seconds. So this is very late in the round. Both players stacking towards the new box side. One on the second box is anti-flash, and the other behind new box, kind of in the corner in the off angle. So very, very passive hold here on towards B, very unique. Here come the smokes, one towards Coffins, obviously going through the motions here. Body finds Snappy, and that's just completely demolished him. Mixwell, excellent as he hits through, but the bomb still needs to go down here, so keep eyes on that. They are still in problems. That was just in time. That's going to go in, but it will be saved in the end, but that felt like it was right down to the wire. A couple of things going different ways. That could have been very different, but they know Rubino is close by.
And Apex doesn't want to wait for him. They'll challenge and eventually find the frag. There it is. G2 take the lead and then bring it to 11-10. That should be the money gone, I'd imagine, for Heroic at this point. Here's Mixwell. Double kill on entry for him. Here's the first. Great shot there. And the second as well to find the boosted players. Looking quite sharp as we get into what should be a full eco for this team. Nothing invested so far. Just a CZ, 1 Deagle, no armor, no nades, and it looks like 12-10. Very likely for the G2 squad here. G2 want to get off to a good start to the inaugural showing of this new look roster. I think they're at a boot camp right now.
It makes sense. Get a new roster in, a lot of changes. Try and speed up the process, make the best of your time. Why not do it? See if they can make much happen here. Obviously, it's a time to try and work things out, just trying to get everything feeling right. Bit of a wrap through CT Arch for Apex. Not sure if he's going to go B with it or how he's going to approach it, but they do have 3 players from the CT side isolated by Pit and towards site, so that's not bad. But this new angle, we've seen the spot coming in now, but Kenny's unraveling this A side of things, so maybe he can get one more and then it's, you know, game on, it's good to go. Or just wall bangs the window and it's terrifying. Kenny, though, down to 40 HP, 16. It's Apex, so there's the strike towards B that you want to see. The bomb's still in the hands of MBK, though. He needs to move. MBK gets called out. That could have been Warren, but no. Body's there as well. They do get the job done. No plant in time, though. But we'll see the purchase coming back in for Heroic. So, again, another chance to fight this one out. AWP in the hands of Snappy. And obviously one retained and stuck with Kenny S here.
12-10. Money in favour for Heroic again. Coming to the last few rounds now. G2 looking poised to take it. Apex opting for the MAC-10. And a big round for them. 3 players towards B from the CT at the very start. Dropping the incendiary to deny the rush. They're not going to listen to that at all. Apex has wanted a certain suicide. Apparently not, though. He could make this work. He does get one. Almost steals it away there. And 7 HP running through the flames. They had no idea. Reminiscent of the fallen play we had on this very map and that very position as well. And it will be Kenny S to get another. Trades coming through, though. Good nade by Rubino. Is it enough to hold them at bay? Time will tell, as Kenny S feels like it might be the case. He'll have to fall back. Snappy towards middle, hoping he'll get funneled players towards that position. In terms of grenade to the CTs, 1 smoke, 1 flashbang, and an incendiary. Not ideal, considering still a lot of smokes for the G2 boys left.
See what they do with it, G2. It seems hit and miss if they have their heads screwed on right. This time, could be the case. Modi, hoping he gets on that MBK luck coming out of there, that he just gets away with it. But this time you can see the flashes going through. Modi blinds his ears. He caught enough of a glimpse, and Snappy now knows, but he misses the shot. And now MBK a chance. That might be all he needs. Kenny S is there. Delivers the fatal shot, and we're in a 2v1. Rubino not even close by. Bomb to be planted. This looks like maybe 13-10 is on the horizon, but Rubino has been excellent. Yeah,
you can see in some of the really high-pressure moments, Snappy is lacking a bit of the AWP. If you put Yugi there, he's hitting that shot really long, right? He's going to be getting double kills there. But this is up to Rubino now. He has been playing well tonight, but remember, he's got no kit. He has got a smoke, however. He'll make his way towards quad, and he'll have to make noise at some point. I think they know he's here. He'll get one. Surely it's going to be traded out, though. Players in the pit, remember? What's he up to? Oh, there we go. We didn't see if it was POV. I have no idea. It seemed like there was a trade there all day long. But 3 kills for Kenny. 22 for Rubino, though. Could have added to his total. Oh, is he just missing?
Yep. Okay.
I think with no kit, Rubino was going to lose anyway. There was more time gone than 10 seconds available to him. 13-10. CZ's eco again, perhaps. Looks like they'll take a timeout to decide their options.
Yeah, it's starting to seem to hit that point. Timeout for Heroic, obviously. And G2 on the other side, probably starting to feel a little bit better about it. Once you get to 13, you feel you're almost there. You're so close. Obviously, Heroic is very much on a knife edge. It can go either way, but the money has been very punishing for them. It feels like we haven't seen them with a good purchase in a long time. So, at this point, we are back underway. And the purchase from Heroic, a little bit of armor, mostly CZ's. Touch of utility in the form of a smoke, a grenade, and a flash. That's all they've got. And it looks like a little bit of early pressure down Banana, but they're going to try and get anything they can. If they can get guns away, if they can do a bit of damage, awesome. But it feels unlikely.
Well, here we go. Heroic Nico will open things up. He'll find the first Eagle shots. Absolutely so. And actually falls back. Leaves his teammate S-Tag alone on the B-bomb site. Let's see if this is going to be a beneficial play. If S-Tag goes down with nothing, they're in a lot of trouble. And Kenny S will be looking to find him here. Does peek to it, but it's a bit of an off angle there from S-Tag. If they edge their way in, he could be in a lot of trouble. But he's in a good position just to get one and maybe fall back, knife out for a smoke towards Coffins. Does pull a rotation. Actually, 2 players from the Heroic side after finding that initial 1 dig. We'll try and see what they can do. Boosting up, perhaps. Maybe they will. Go for the straight up challenge. Bit of damage inflicted there, even more so by S-Tag. This could all fall apart for G2.
This gets very scary. The CZ swing out, and now they're starting to realize there's more than a few people here. Do they still commit? They've lost out all information. Snappy's on the way around the back, but they should be able to just brute force them out of this, but Snappy's just snatched up a gun. No armor on him. He's pretty annoyed about that, and Body's found him. Body now plays in 1. He needs the second. He can't get it. It's MBK to keep it controlled as Nico left in the 1v2.
Well, it was looking quite good at a point, but overall well recovered by G2 there. 14-10 as they home in on victory here. It was a very scrappy game in Counter-Strike. Absolutely back and forth. No real clear dominating team there, but we'll see. Still open for Heroic here. They're going to need a clean game from this point if they want to do it in regulation. Round number 25. Oops, out doubly so for S-Tag and Snappy. Same story for Kenny. Seems to be waking up now. Not looking his absolute best, but hitting some shots. 13 kills, 12 deaths. That's positive now. Nico, S-Tag playing towards that B side. S-Tag with the orb once again. But here comes the flash. Has to turn around. It's holding a different line, slightly different, not fully committing towards the half wall. Needs to be very careful here. Pulls the trigger now, he's got a guaranteed kill, if only he knew.
And alright, he gets a kill anyway, can't get away from it. Mixwell does trade it, but a quick hit now. G2 going to springboard off the back of that.
There's no way Nico survives this. He might get 1 kill. No
I hope they check on Henry. What is going on here? Why is he allowed to do this? Smoke goes in, Molotov out. They can't push him on the right side. Now he has to worry about what's going on here. Flashed up. He tries to make some sort of play out of it, but Body as well. Setting fire to the floor and buying a little bit of time here, actually, for the CTs to come around. Bomb's not planted, obviously. Rubino gets there. Another Molotov goes in. It's just scrappy CS all over.
Yeah, this isn't pretty, but it's working sorta for GT. The bomb we planted, Apex still alive. They have held Rubino off, but he's still alive and kicking, and he'll find a bit more damage there. But Kenny S starting to hit shots now. They set up the gallery for him. He'll look towards the quad as well, but never missed from him. Definitely had the opportunity to find that shot. You'd expect him to rail those sort of players, but kit's available, but it looks like maybe the CT's opting out of this one, allowing match point to happen. Time will tell. That smoke confirms it. They will just be falling back and allowing G2 to get 15 rounds on the board here. So yeah, definitely questionable Counter-Strike coming through, but it's to be expected, as we discussed. Body, this is a good play, though. Lock the doors. Don't let them leave the library.
Reminds me of a Buffy episode. You ever watch Buffy when you were younger?
No, I was more of a...
Angel fan.
Angel fan, yeah. I was trying to think of the name of it. Angel, that's
Did you actually watch it?
No, I only ever saw the adverts for it. Like, that was always on, like, it was like around the time The Simpsons was on. Like, Channel 4 would show Buffy, and BBC 2 would do Simpsons.
Yep.
So I never really watched Buffy. Never really happened for me.
Huh. Because I remember it was like, I think it was like The Simpsons, then Hollyoaks, or like the other way around.
Yeah.
I remember that happening.
That was always
on the way back
depressing when the
from school.
Hollyoaks came on. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, it's too late.
Exactly. Yeah, I've missed it. I was out with my mates too
Yeah.
long. Anyway, 15-10 G2.
That's it.
That's it. Henry's called it.
Cool.
It's a
Pack it up.
GG.
Pack it up. It's done.
We're going home. S-Attack Don't know what he feels about this, but probably not good.
No, that's the AWP going down to an AK in an open duel. That's not good news, but that's all Westag. Definitely a chance there. Now he's in a bit of hot water as he'll be flashed over and try and make the most of this. And Mixwell takes him down as well. He should be punished at this point. Where's the backup for Mixwell? There it is. Comes in for a nice trade from Kenny. That should be round 4 versus 2. Rubino and Modi on the other side of the map, one of which only has a pistol. And Kenny, this way will do dramatic things. Maybe not. Modi actually takes him down. He did leg Rubino, just a note. But Modi, not an AWPer. Will be
not an AWPer.
Will be in the B site, and they go right back towards A. Body, ready and waiting. Cleared the site out. Can drop a smoke. He's got plenty of utility. Drops it towards library. They're going for the apartments. Okay. No need really. Okay, MBK to watch the backs. Smoke down at the arch, and Rubino can't really justify going through this until wasting a lot of time.
It's so dangerous.
They are making sure they don't just get the bomb down quickly, are they? Going through absolutely all them.
That nade could be quite fun. Apex is down to 10 HP. I mean, this shouldn't be a problem. By all accounts, it should not be a problem. That Molotov again makes it uncomfortable, but shouldn't kill anyone. Gets tagged again. It looks like it's just kind of delaying the inevitable. Charges in, gets caught. It's Apex. And it's G2 to pick up map 1, Henry. Good performance from them, I guess. It was scrappy CS, though. I think that's exactly what we expected. No one's really all that surprised.